Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. We have for you from the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2024, a Grand Finals Game 3 between traiLZ and Chromataclysm. On tracking today, we have JLo, and I'll pass it over to our commentary team of Elendar and Sunnyrath. Take it away, you two.
Good evening, everyone. Excitement levels are extremely high for what could be the last race of the tournament. Chroma won the previous tournament, but he's going to have to win 3 in a row here to take out traiLZ in his best of 5.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle for Chroma, but by no means is this impossible. traiLZ being up 2 games, it shows how good of a runner he is. He took a break, he came back, he's dominated so far in this tournament, but Chroma is an extremely strong runner as well. So depending upon how the seed plays out, we may have more of the standard tournament. We may have the last game tonight.
Yeah, either way, this is going to be a good one. I've always rooting for more Z2. And speaking of more Z2, here's some islands.
Yeah, more Z2 is always good, and Chroma immediately finds Jump Cave and a dead end. traiLZ soon to find the exact same thing.
And this is sort of the way Islands always is that either it's a huge maze and you're desperately trying to find a way to anything, or you immediately get the boots and it's completely free. We'll see which one of those it is today.
Indeed. Chroma getting an orange Dire kill, and he's going for some Link Feet here. Gets it immediately.
Very tricky.
And I missed what spell is here in Raru. It's Life.
Yeah, Chroma gonna continue on. traiLZ declining. I wouldn't be surprised if Chroma's doing this just because he wants 3 hits.
I'm pretty sure Chroma's doing this for the hints. I doubt he'll be picking up... No, he's actually going to pick up the spell.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to go in and get the hints, you might as well grab the spell, but the hints is the main reason he's here.
Absolutely.
We'll see if he gets some advantage from finding these hints. If there are any hints actually in the town, there are 3 NPCs that could give you a hint. So far, they know nothing.
Little unfortunate to see, but sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Either you get no hints, or you get my favorite kind of hits, which are hints for things you've already gotten. Yeah, there are 4 total hints helpful in helpful hints, and so one of them is going to be for a minor item and tell you what location you don't need to go to. The other 3 hints are going to be for something good, but they could be in lots of places.
We see that the town of Rudo has a ferry this time around, so the medicine hint, the trophy hint, I'm sorry, very well may be picked up here.
Yeah, you definitely are going to want to find that one, especially because... Let's see, go west to find the trophy. Okay. I was going to say, especially because, if you end up in a situation where very easily you could be, that those boots are hanging out in a palace and you need that ferry to even make your way around.
Absolutely.
So far, so linear, though.
And we have Parappa Cave being right here. And a 500-point bag drops for traiLZ. That's massive.
Yeah, and he's just taken assorted levels. Makes sense early, again, if you do get Fairy Spell, you want to have at least 1 cast. I was going to say that Grass Tile was an annoying spot, but you can't actually connect around here. Boots not required yet.
So far, though that could change.
Well, if they are required, traiLZ has them.
Chroma having an accidental miss menu. And we can see the cameras. He chuckled at that miss menu.
Yeah, he was looking for attack 3. I can almost guarantee you. But he'll have it soon enough. It looks like the experience is pretty good so far, you know, if there's 500-point bags in the pool.
And just like that, he's got attack 3. He's looking pretty good on those levels.
He trails with a hammer. More potentially unlocking stuff. I haven't seen any rock blocks yet, but we're going to see Trails make his way onto the water pretty shortly here, and if there are any hammer block caves to be found, they will.
They'll make themselves known very quickly.
Yeah. Nice, the northern graveyards are a road. Reflect hidden behind medicine, but Trails doesn't want to go in there yet. This makes sense. What Trails wants is he wants to find this trophy, go get Fairy Spell, and then go back in. Even if he doesn't have medicine, he'd rather have the hint and downstab than have to triple dip.
Yeah, downstab is just huge for combat in and of itself.
Trails finding a hard container, takes a death, but decides to go back in, and we're probably going to see an up A out of here.
Ooh,
I'm taking
Chroma.
Death to a different Dyra. Yeah, and as expected, Trails taking the up A. He's on his last life. Why walk out the cave when you can just work your way down the coast from here instead? Or up the coast. As we find Saria.
With Thunder.
Alright, well, that's all 3 of our important spells right off the bat here, although still no sign of trophy or medicine to actually get them.
Indeed, and Chroma's got to make it over to that grass tile and pick up the boots, which it looks like he will probably do very shortly.
I'm thinking about leaving, but he is gonna go in here and get the hint first. Nope, he has decided against it, and I agree. I like what Trails did. Chroma also deciding that's what he wants to do. You know you're gonna be able to get Fairy before you leave the West, so go get Fairy first.
I'm checking to see if there's anything else available.
Yeah, and speaking of Fairy trophy here in the West, we're starting to run out of locations it can be. It's gonna have to be an item cave around here somewhere, but we've seen a decent number of them. I think we've got 2 or 3 left.
Yeah, I think so, and I have a feeling Chroma saw the grass tile, but at this point, I'm not sure what he's trying to get.
He may have just forgotten about it. Oh, he's looking for Bagu. This is Bagu's woods.
Right.
But he just doesn't know. He must have missed that grass tile, and you know, he doesn't know. Even if he is planning on getting that grass tile in a second here, he doesn't know that the grass tile is the boots, right? So
yeah.
What really sucks is it's entirely possible that Bagu is the actual location that Bagu is across the water.
On that small island.
Yeah, like this routing for Chroma makes totally reasonable sense, including looking for Bagu there, if the item on this grass tile is anything other than boots. Unfortunately, it's boots.
Alright, and now Chroma is off to explore around these islands where Trails has already done a bit of exploration. But that child is still pretty much MIA.
Yeah, we'll see what's here in Hard Container Cave for trails. Aside from Murderous Dyras. And Chroma gonna find out at the same time. But another 500 bag from the small pool, so Chroma gonna take an XP lead.
Yeah, Chroma grabbing that XP lead is pretty nice. And it looks like he's going to stick on Life 3 for now and continue pushing on. And that was the trophy inside of Heart Container Cave, so both of them now have access to the Fairy Spell, which can give dungeon access. The only other thing that they would absolutely want for dungeon access itself would be that glove.
Yeah, and I think the first thing they should find is if they need the palaces for a way off of this west. We still haven't found... Sorry, I had to sneeze there. We still haven't found an actual way off the west. We found the raft tile. Chroma did see the raft tile, but no raft and no cave yet or bridge, so there's going to have to be a way off of this west somewhere, and if it's the raft, then palaces are looking likely.
I absolutely agree. And I also agree with Alan's comment of bless you to you for your sneeze. A Link doll, just what Chroma needed. He's been running around on his last life.
Yeah, ordinarily wouldn't be that bad of a death, because he could just boot somewhere else, but he's real close to a level here.
Alright, both traiLZ and Chroma picking up the Fairy Spell. traiLZ immediately going to up A. I have a feeling that Chroma is going to head back over to Mito and pick up that down stab.
Yeah, I think we're going to see traiLZ do the same thing. I don't know if this up A or walking out is faster, but probably comparable. Oh, there's a rock block cave. That could be our way off of the west.
It absolutely could. I don't think there are any item caves MIA. Oh, nope, there's one.
Yeah,
and this is it.
Yep, so this is either going to be a raft or we're going into palaces.
It could be a glove.
Could be a glove. They'd be very happy if it were a glove.
Wouldn't blame them for being happy if it were a glove.
Yeah, anytime you go into a palace without a glove, you're taking a risk. It's not a huge risk. Normal palaces being glove blocked is, I don't know, maybe like 5% of the time. It happens for sure, but the cost of unfortunately getting like to the end of a long palace and then finding out your glove blocked is just a huge waste of time. So we'll see shortly, and it's just another hard container. So we're going to palaces.
I mean, being quite healthy is a thing.
Yeah, both of these runners are expert in a technique that sort of reduces the usefulness of hard containers, called not getting hit. It's a novel technique. I'm very bad at it.
There's a concept of not getting hit?
Oh, traiLZ apparently did find the raft somewhere, and we just missed it.
Yeah, I don't know where... Oh, I bet traiLZ found it in one of the other item caves.
So this looks like Death Mountain. Yeah, it is Death Mountain, and
Yep.
here's the easiest spec rock ever. And a kid. I believe that's a kid.
I think that's the kid.
traiLZ's sprite has quite a few custom sprites on it, but I'm fairly certain that one's a kid. See, with Chroma, it's easy because Chroma has a visible tracker. I don't actually know how traiLZ tracks anything. I think it may just be memory, or we have definitely seen runners in the past track with all sorts of things, a piece of paper, whiteboard, whatever.
Yeah, I think traiLZ tracks within his head, and oh, that cave led to a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah, cave goes to nothing, but so we've seen the bridge led here to the maze, and so the last connector is another cave somewhere leading to the east. If that cave is also here on the maze, it's not going to be too bad for traiLZ. If that cave is in Death Mountain, it's going to be annoying to find.
Chroma gonna go ahead and dive 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, you get to do palaces eventually, and again, outside of the possibility of a glove block, this isn't going to hurt him much. See if traiLZ finds anything else useful here in the maze. At this point, the only thing we're really looking for is the glove. And did we get the medicine hint? I didn't.
I never saw the medicine hint come up.
Yeah, because both runners went and get fairy, but I don't think either runner went to actually go get downstab after getting fairy.
I did not see either runner go to get downstab after getting fairy.
So we have no idea what the medicine is, but we know we need it.
Yes, we did see the first item, though, from the maze, and that first item was a magic jar for traiLZ, so he is sitting up 1 magic jar. And Chroma just sitting so close to death. Here's the second item on the maze, or no, this is the first cave again.
Yeah, just forced on the way.
Sometimes it's just like that.
3 or 6 here in the maze, and it doesn't look like the other cave is on the maze, so that being the way that it is, I suspect we will see traiLZ clear that palace out before leaving, just so he doesn't have to come back.
As long as he's able to clear it out.
Oh man, and the second it was right next to the start, he just went the other way.
And that is a cross.
Not very useful. So yeah, our big question, where's the glove? Our relatedly large question, where's the east? traiLZ's gonna delay looking for that until he clears this 3 or 6. If it's 3, it's not so bad. 6 at attack 3, if you find an early Barba can take a lot of time.
Yeah. 6 at attack 3 is never fun, but it is very much doable. Chroma turning around to take the 100-point red iron knuckle, just to be able to push up towards that 1220 breakpoint.
Yeah, he is prioritizing taking magic, it looks like, just because he's entirely reliant on fairy right now. I think still only 1 cast here with only having 4 bars and magic 4, so a second cast per life would be a big deal for him.
Yeah, a second cast per life would be huge.
Ripper's dripping 30-point Stalfos, not great.
But he does get the blue iron knuckle down for a quick and easy 200. Alright, continuing off to the right, sees a key block. Gonna jump down and see what's down this elevator. And it's a boss!
Okay, that's gonna be useful. One of the 2 things he's looking for. Although death, not the other one. Looks like he picked up an extra life, though, at some point. Still has 2 remaining.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And blink and you miss it. There goes Helmet Head. That nobody dies to.
I mean, I've died a lot, Tom. It's definitely a thing that is very much a thing that you could die to. traiLZ getting bopped. If he had downstab, he wouldn't have gotten bopped there, but ferries safely out of the way. Unfortunately, he's going to have to take a death here. Nope, he has a key.
And we have confirmation that traiLZ is in 6 on Maze Island.
Yeah, not what he wants to see, but you're not going to leave once you're here.
No, you're really not. It looks like ferry is still quite expensive. But
yeah, man,
the item lies just behind.
And he hits the red jar to be able to ferry 3. It's another red jar for fun. And hey, a container. Let's put 3 refills in one room.
I mean, the magic container is nice. I know it's not what Chroma was looking for, but you can't go wrong with it, that's for sure. Alright, Chroma on the way back to Mito. traiLZ continuing to push through this P6. I'm going to pick up Life 5 here, being at 345, where Chroma is at 453, pardon me.
Yeah, we're going to get a hint at some point here, or we're going to get a hint fairly soon, about where this medicine is, but given how much traiLZ has already checked and Chroma has yet to check, I almost guarantee you that hint is just going to say it's on the east.
I mean, I have a pretty good feeling it's going to say it's on the east as well.
It's that or a palace. A hint of the east would be very unfortunate because it gives no real information at this point, but a hint for a palace would be great. And it isn't a palace, it's in Palace 1.
I mean, it could be in Death Mountain.
So I don't remember where P1 is. It's here on the west.
Was P1 found here on the west?
I don't remember. I know they found the palaces, but I don't remember what they are. But at this point, Chroma may just be deciding that he wants to finish clearing this west no matter what.
I mean, he doesn't have too terribly much left to grab, and there's that canoe that he wanted.
Yep, all the Final Fantasy sprites use a fabulous canoe for a raft, as is thematic. And so he'll be able to raft. Wouldn't be surprised if he ends up clearing the remaining palaces here in the west anyway, though, because why not at this point? I think that was Barbas Linden with a magic key.
I think you're right.
That's a good one to pick up.
It's a really good one to pick up.
We'll see if traiLZ finds that while he's here.
All right, there's GP hitting the west, so definitely going to be coming back.
Yeah, GP in the west reduces some of the value of clearing out all the palaces while you're here, because now it just means you for sure have to come back anyway, so you can sort of do them whenever you want.
All right, traiLZ going down the elevator, finding a whole bunch of nothing. And then heading off to the right, and it's just more palace.
This is not a short P6. He's explored a lot of it and found nothing.
Yeah, the 6 is rather long.
Oh, that's a loop. Yep.
Unfortunate loop at that, and here's the other palace coming up for Chroma on the west. We're soon to see what this other palace is. And you're right, it is one.
Okay. So, good one to find. Chroma was a little upset about himself, and presumably that was just because, you know, he was planning on doing this one anyway. He's like, no, I'll go get the hint first, only to find that the hint said, hey, stupid, go to 1 like you were going to do anyway. But you don't know what it says when you go and pick it up, right?
That's so true.
If you get the hint and it's like, oh, it's you know, the medicine's in P5, you'll be real glad that you know that, so you absolutely positively do not leave P5 without it. And
Yeah,
Trails has found Barba, so he might be leaving here without a magic key.
That's a possibility.
Given how much of this palace he explored, it might be a good idea for him to go back up and go left and try looking for it, but we'll see.
I mean, he's having a beautiful Barba fight so far.
Yeah, nice and clean. You know, only attack 4. It's still going to take a while, but getting like 7-ish hits a cycle is real good.
I think that was 9.
It's hard to tell without sound. Getting 3 hits in as he's going down is a little tricky and a little weird. Wow, 100 points is the boss reward, and a double down roll on experience. So Trail's not going to get the double level, but he's going to place his gem.
And while Trails was doing that fight, Chroma did pick up that medicine.
Yep, sensible. Very still really expensive.
Yeah, Fairy definitely rolled on the high end of cost today.
And good news for Trails, he, not knowing what the item is, decided that he does want to go still keep looking for it.
Nice horse fight for Chroma there, and he is out of keys. He's going to have to take a death in order to get through the door. But there is the magic key for Trails. And this death for Chroma is just as fast as that.
Yeah, conveniently close enemies. And so Trail's not going to go back into DM looking for the east. He's just going to start clearing western palaces.
I mean, after clearing that 6, can't really blame him.
Yeah, if it were me, I would want to go back, because like you got to go back into DM and find the east eventually anyway. I guess he doesn't have downstab. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks to have all of the components to get downstab and not get it. But if Trails does just keep clearing palaces, it is going to pay off for him, because he is only going to have visited that town once and be able to get both his spell and his downstab at the same time, just getting lucky and finding the magic in one.
Yeah, the medicine being in one, like, where that's unfortunate, at the same time, that'll allow them to both have Reflect before they head over to the east, where we know P4 is going to be.
Sure. Yeah.
Chroma doesn't quite know that, but I imagine it will be long before he does. The only question that remains now is, where the heck is this glove?
Yep. And the answer is almost certainly in the east, but that could be a lot of things.
I mean, I'm still going with Hammer Cave.
That would be mean. And so I approve.
I thought you might.
Chroma is going to sail for the first time, and we'll see how quickly he finds the maze, or how quickly he finds our way to the east, which we know is definitely going to be somewhere here in DM.
Well, he finds the rock relatively quickly. Drops in, picks up the child.
Yeah, a child of unfortunately not very much use.
Not this time around.
All 3 of our important spells already picked up by Chroma.
Alright, Chroma is now at the maze, sees that cave, and goes through and says, well, crap.
The cave of disappointment for sure. And so we're just going to see a bunch of Trails and Chroma tracing over each other's steps. Trails completing western palaces, Chroma completing this maze, and we should see them converge back on looking for the east before too much longer.
Indeed, and Chroma's going to go ahead and pick up attack 5 here.
Yeah, it is actually an interesting question for him whether to get more attack or more magic, just hoping that you can make the casts cheaper. He doesn't know that this is 6, and he's just going to pick up an any key and make his fairy casts irrelevant anyway, but with how bad fairy is at 5, it really makes you want to consider getting 6.
Yeah, it does.
Trail's managing to not die to Helmet Head.
And Brian Williams is making a very valid point. With having life, magic still does have some value.
Yeah, I don't know how many bars it restores. I don't think we've seen a cast of it yet.
We have seen a cast, and it restores exactly 16 life, otherwise known as 1 bar.
Oh, interestingly, while magic is 16 per bar, life is 32 per bar internally, which leads to a really, really stupid thing where one of the bars is only 31.
And that's the last bar, isn't it?
I believe so. I can't remember if it's the last bar or the first bar, but one of the health bars is 1 point shorter than the others because full health is 255, not 256.
Yeah, it's fair. And even still, the point being, it's useless!
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little weird that they decided to make magic internally 16 per bar and life 32, but it does make the damage factors a little bit finer, a little bit more difference between them. Although you can't always see that because there aren't that many pixels in the life bar.
I mean, numbers are confusing. Let's be real.
Oh boy, are they!
The only time they're not confusing is if you're really good at math. Alright, Chroma has jumped into 6. The only question that's going to remain is where on Earth is that connector?
Did he go left first? I know Chroma has been talking a lot about doing left gambles. If he went to left first at the start here, that's going to gain him quite a bit of time.
He did go left at the start.
Yeah, wow. That left at the start is going to save him a lot of time. Trail spent the rest of 6 digging around there. So I might have said that Chroma was a little bit behind just from routing early on. At this point, decent chance that he's ahead.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance that he's ahead after this.
The real question, we'll see when they converge back together on the east. But first person to get to the east is going to be the person who is winning right now, and it's looking like Chroma. We'll see whether he wants to go back and look for that any key or not. He does know it's here.
He does, and there's a chance that he'll go back to look for it, but I'm not sure. I mean, he knows who he's up against, and he knows exactly how he needs to play. So I don't foresee him doing it.
Hey, he's out. He just needs to get another magic level at some point and hope that that it's going to be a big discount, because still only one cast at 6 bars magic 5 is rough.
Very much so. It's not a situation that you really want to be in. As Trails picks up his medicine, he's going to end up getting both downstab and reflect at the same time. Sorry, I lost my train of thought watching that beautiful, beautiful link feed execution by Chroma.
Yeah, Chroma obviously practicing because he's doing a really good job of link feeding here. And unfortunately for him, takes the exact same routing through the maze that Trails did, which is the routing that involves spending a lot of time finding nothing and then only finding it across right next to the entrance.
And unfortunately moves the wrong way, so he's going to have to drop back into the cave, but that's not a huge deal, as the bridge that leads back to Death Mountain is right here.
Yeah, Trail's just going to have to go get his reflected. He's going to be in this Death Mountain as well, but probably at least a minute, if not two, lead for Chroma right now.
Thereabouts.
All of that can be totally blown away here by who more quickly finds the answer to the question, which one of these caves goes east?
That one. Just nondescript. Yeah. That one.
You know, there are like 30 caves here in Death Mountain, so...
Only 30.
It might be more than that. I don't know exactly. I don't remember. It's a lot. There are a lot of caves.
Exactly.
It is the same number of caves as Vanilla here, but...
And the question after that becomes, will Chroma actually go through Hammer Cave if he happens to find that first?
I would venture no, but I might be wrong.
Nice 500 point bag drop for Chroma there as he goes into this cave, and it leads into another way over.
Yeah, what he's looking for is all of the caves that take you somewhere are paired up, but the cave that leads to the east is not going to be paired with anything. And so he's looking around trying to understand how the caves are paired up. Look for a cave that either doesn't have a pair or a cave that sort of goes out into the middle of nowhere, like potentially this one.
Yeah, this one is it.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing you're looking for, and he definitely finds it and quickly finds P5 as well.
So he's going to go ahead and jump into P5 here. So we know that it's 345 over here in the east. The question will become, how long is it going to take Chroma to get through P5? How long is it going to take traiLZ to find his way over to the east? And who ultimately will end up being ahead in the grand scheme of things as traiLZ finds GP?
Yeah, a big factor here is going to be traiLZ's any key and Chroma's still only having one cast of Fairy. The quicker Chroma can get himself into at least a position where you have two casts, sooner he can sort of breathe a sigh of relief. And I gotta imagine Magic 6 is going to be enough.
And that is such a fast Gooma find for Chroma.
Yeah, and with a fast Gooma find, I highly doubt we're going to see a dig for the item here in 5. It could suck if it's the glove, but you just don't want to be searching 30 plus more rooms for a glove.
Exactly, Aaron. And Gooma is down just like that.
Oh, and it doesn't give him the double level!
Oh, that hurts.
300 for Gooma.
That hurts.
Wow, yeah, and traiLZ, when he went to Death Mountain, instead of going south and looping around counterclockwise, he just went east and immediately found the transport cave. So, not quite as much time as the amount Chroma saved by going left in P5, but a big gain for traiLZ to sort of help even this out.
All right. Chroma has placed that fourth gem. He'll get Magic 6 out of this. The question becomes, how much is this going to drop Fairy's cost?
We should see a check real quick here. I have to imagine he's going to check it quickly. He's not.
But these desert encounters, ugh. They are not kind encounters at all, as these are the lava tile encounters.
Yeah, in theory, you're happy that the lava tile encounters aren't going to be lava, but the reality is you only really see them when you're encounter skipping anyway, and they not going to make a huge difference.
That's true. We do see a water tile immediately on Chroma's side, so we're soon to find out what actually is here.
Love, please.
How about a flute?
It's okay. It's worth picking up.
I mean, in a mountainous biome where you never know where you're going to run into the River Devil, absolutely worthwhile.
Yeah, mountain is definitely the biome most likely to involve a River Devil block.
I missed the cost, but I want to say I saw 22.
Okay. Yeah, anything cheaper than like 40, right? That's going to give him 2 casts is going to be fine.
No, it's still expensive, actually.
Hard to say exactly. As Chroma successfully preserving his magic refill until he casts Fairy on the screen, so he's still at full.
All right. traiLZ finds the item in 5, and it's just a heart container.
More good news for Chroma. Any palace traiLZ searches the item for, and it's not the glove, is more time Chroma's gaining by skipping it. That works perfectly fine until it backfires and the glove is somewhere.
It's just a matter of where in the world is this glove going to be as Chroma picks up the fire spell.
And we should see a check. I suspect he's going to wait. You wait until you... Oh, he's not going to wait. And we learn nothing. So he's going to have to cast it. He's going to... You want to take a hit and you want to have some enemies on screen. You can see how it affects the enemies. Does it heal you? Could be Thunder. If it's Thunder, it's a big deal.
Yeah, if it's Thunder, that's huge. It's Thunder.
Oh, baby!
So last night's seed was Fire Thunder as well. So we have 2 Fire Thunder seeds in a row, which is huge.
Yeah, thankfully both runners have Magic 6 and 6 containers, so no advantage for either runner in terms of ability to spam fire.
Absolutely, as traiLZ is going to continue into Darunia, and Chroma picks up the spell from Old Kasuto.
Yeah, I mean, you're running out of locations for the glove to be. Spell Tower definitely has to be a concern in the back of your mind.
Oh yeah, spell Tower, major concern. But if it's there and traiLZ decides to skip the spell, that's gonna be good news for Chroma, as he gets a P-Bag drop from the MOA here at the start of P4.
Wow, so 58 still for Fairy Spell for Chroma. He is not going to be able to Fire Thunder very much. He still only has 1 cast at 6 bars Magic 6.
Yeah,
that is a low roll.
This Fairy Spell is absurd on its cost.
And it's going to be tough for him to get Magic 7 here.
But he gets a key drop, so that's good news at least. Because if he runs into Karok soon, he won't have to worry about taking a death in order to actually get the refill. But now that he's used that key, he will have to worry about it.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be the story of the seed for at least the next little bit, which is, you know, Chroma having cut these corners is giving him an advantage over traiLZ, but how much time is it going to lose him not having that magic key? Big question, don't know the answer.
It's a fantastic question, and we'll find out soon enough, as there's River Devil spotting.
I'm pretty sure traiLZ has already seen this way around. And we got a quick glimpse of it, but I'm pretty sure he could just go around.
Right, down the elevator for Chroma. is another fork in the road. $32.30 for attack 6, but I believe the level after this should be Magic 7.
It's not. It's not even close. This is a thing that's often true, is that when you're trying to get Magic 7, both Attack 6 and Life 8 can very reasonably sneak in as the next level. Just because as you get higher, the variance becomes so large, because it's a percentage. But, you know, when a percentage could be thousands of points, it could be a big deal. Someone in chat spotted 4,300 is the requirement for Magic 7. So you would not only need to hold on to this level, but you would need to get another 1,000 points or so afterward.
All right. Chroma realizes he's looped back to start in P4, and I do believe that was the glove for traiLZ. And I believe this is Sunken Peabag Cave.
Yeah, traiLZ has been real, like, exhaustively making sure that he, you know, picks up every item, finds every spot, and it has put him in go mode here. He just needs to find the last 2 palaces, and he's going to be off. Unfortunately, these palaces are absolutely hiding in this mountain.
And Chroma just continuing through this 4 right now.
And it's been a rough one.
Could be running into Karok here. But no, the palace does continue on. So if you are hoping for a game 4, then Chroma has got to make it through here and then immediately go pick up that glove. Otherwise,
I think
he's just giving time to traiLZ.
I think it's pretty reasonable that would be a thing that he does, right? Like, West would be the most logical place for him to go after this, and that will lead him more or less straight to it. But the big question continues to be, like, how much time has he already lost? How much time is not having the City Key going to cost him? Does he go for Magic 7 here? He absolutely could complete this palace, just hold on to the 3,200 experience, and try and get the last 1,000 or so to push up to Magic 7.
I mean, that is a solid possibility, and the glove block in and of itself, if traiLZ runs across it, will be a massive bait. He's going to go ahead and take it, and... Ooh.
Yeah, and like I said, Life 8 is going to be the next level as well.
Yes, you did say that.
Life levels are really cheap in weird ways. Like, it's often the case that Life 9 is cheaper than Attack 8.
More often than not, yes.
Makes Attack 8 extremely unlikely, and makes Attack 9 guy very sad every race he watches.
Roma not going to head over. Instead, he's going to go into Death Valley.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to find the glove sometime.
Well, he knows he's only got the 1 palace left here, and then he just has to pretty much just head east from leaving Death Valley.
He doesn't know. He knows he didn't get the item in 6, but he knows what it is. So he knows it can't be the glove. He didn't get the item in 5. That's got to be in his mind. But he also didn't get quite a lot of the Eastern items, right? He didn't get Desert Tile. We still haven't found New Kasuto.
He gave Link Feet a try, and has decided to just jump into the lava, take that quick bath, and now he's going to give it another shot.
Yeah, I think he just needs to take an encounter skip, and that's what he's doing.
I agree. And he takes the encounter skip.
Very
Making it
spooky.
through.
No problem.
Just beautiful, beautiful encounter skip there. Takes the up A, and now it is time to do P3. traiLZ sees the glove block, decides against going through it.
It's a weird one. He must have already seen the other side of that room.
He may have.
Bit unusual for you to turn around to the glove block, but yeah, if you know that you've already seen the other side of that room, then save some time not looping.
Alright, Chroma taking some pretty good XP enemies here. And it's a magic jar here in 3, which not the worst thing for him to find.
Yeah, I don't know if that gives him an extra cast, though. At the very least, you want to pick it up to get some more casts of fire, but... It was 50 something?
I think so.
So yeah, that container may actually be enough for 2 casts.
If it's under 56, then he'll have 2 casts. But he's glove blocked immediately here in 3.
Oh no! That is not what Chroma wants to see.
He's backtracking, checking to see if there's another way that he can go, but I don't think there is. Yeah, there's not another direction he can take. So
Yeah.
he's going to have to go out.
Chroma's optimism, gambling on things not giving not being in palaces is finally cost him. As traiLZ is here in P4, going to even up the gem count and probably fairly soon take the lead. It depends on how long it takes Chroma to get the glove, but traiLZ has just got like a straight line to GP now.
Yeah, but at the same time, the time sink of going back, getting the glove, coming back through Death Valley, it's going to take a while. But look at these link feet executions from Chroma. Just, oh my goodness.
If you just link feet super fast every time, then the valley is very easy. And why do you have to worry about it? Just to be fair, if I recall correctly, link feet is substantially easier if you're doing it from the left side rather than the right. And so, not entirely surprising that he link feeded his way out very easily, going out instead of in, but not easy either way.
No, it's not an easy trick whatsoever, but just the way that he's been executing them consistently it's so good. Alright, Risen for Chroma. We know that this is a whole bunch of nothing. traiLZ has already gotten this, but it's still going to be a pretty close race regardless.
Oh yeah, GP definitely going to have the opportunity to troll both runners into oblivion, as it always does.
traiLZ just waiting for the encounter skip, gets it, and he is into P3. He has definitely taken the lead here.
And it's just such a nice green from this P3.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Sometimes you get some really, really harsh palace palettes. This one, no problem at all.
And here's Sunken for Chroma. He's going to pick up that glove. He will be in go mode. It's just going to be who finds Thunderbird and then Dark Link.
Yeah, but that little glove that little glove excursion, having to go through the valley twice, looks like it's cost Chroma and then probably like 3-ish minutes. He was ahead of traiLZ by a decent amount, and now he is solidly behind, but still close enough. They could come back in GP. One game over can easily cost a runner 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. And as our tracker JLo said, GP is still GP. This is by no means over yet. A lot can happen. All right, Chroma already having to pop a fairy cast. He's probably going to go for some link feet here.
Just thinking about it. Doesn't have enough to cast fairy. He gets some magic drained by something at some point, but does link feed it, no problem.
He had to cast fairy in one of the encounters that he hit.
Yeah, but he's at like just it's 50H for fairy. Ugh. 7 bars. This is one of the worst fairies I've ever seen. 7 bars, magic 6, not enough.
Yeah, with it being 58, that's just painful. All right, traiLZ get the corner strat and takes down Rebanak, and we'll have that final gem placed. Chroma trying to get some link feet going here again. Gets it. He's got one more. And he gets it, and traiLZ is out of there.
Yeah, good news, Chroma knows exactly what direction he needs to go in. Bad news, it's going to take him a couple minutes to go there.
Indeed, and now it comes down to GP.
And for how much digging there was, and traiLZ almost 100%ing the seed, still coming into GP sub-hour is definitely explaining why he is still undefeated in this tournament.
Here we go, traiLZ into GP with a very kind first room.
Could be a lot worse for sure.
I love playing connect the dots in the first room.
As long as the dots move horizontally. The horizontal dots are both much easier to dodge and do way less damage than the vertical ones.
Absolutely. All right, we do have a split. All right, Chroma decides to not take the elevator and then turns around. Had to check and see what was off on that left.
The split is exactly what Chroma needs, is just traiLZ to waste a whole bunch of time going the wrong way. Is this the wrong way? We have absolutely no idea.
Only time will tell as a red bird knight drops on traiLZ's head.
One of the really nice things about Fire Thunder, not only is it a great tool for clearing out these rooms, it means you could be a lot more aggressive with your magic here in GP, not have to worry about not being high enough to fight Thunderbird.
Absolutely. And traiLZ has found Rebo. Or not Trails, Chroma. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Trails' screen while...
Yeah. Should be a no problem revote for Chroma. I say that immediately, commentary cursing him.
Oh, he needed to take the death anyway. He
Can't.
would not have been able to cast Fairy.
Okay. Still. There's no problem. Oh, here we go. Here's chickens. Here's the thing we needed. And a couple casts of fire for Trails to take down that bird, but he does not care.
And it ends immediately.
All right, that's something. And the thing is that there was that whole complex, like, there was, I think, 2 lefts and 2 rights available right at the start, so still plenty of opportunities for Chroma to gain some time with a left gamble.
Yeah, this is really, really close. It's much, much closer than it was. So Chroma will be entering just over an hour. I believe he's going to be about 3.5 minutes behind Trails. And Trails is going to go ahead and take this first right.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He just taking his meta routing. It feels like an immediate fairy cast. But if you feel like you're ahead, this is the way that reduces the average aggregate time it takes you to find Thunderbird, but averages are all theoretical. Every left is a way that could be the way.
Absolutely, and Chroma is into GP at 1 hour and 34 seconds on his timer. So he has a little bit of ground to try to make up, but it's nowhere near as much.
Unfortunately, due to a bug in the music randomizer, like always, GP has the normal Palace theme here.
Long elevator shaft for Trails here. Goes up into a paperclip. Alright, is Chroma going to take this?
Is he going to gamble a left?
He's going to take this path.
Okay. This is not the worst. The worst would be the path that we know is definitely not the way.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, this is going to put him directly behind Trails, so if it is the way, he's going to have to find a way to gain some time.
Well, could gain time by making a left there instead of a right if Thunderbird is off to the left. Now, is this another fairy block, or is this the fake fairy block? And it's the fake fairy block.
The fairy block that could have very easily ended in death, but Trails makes it through, no problem.
All right. Trails continuing through. Did this loop?
I think this is a loop.
We're about to find out if he goes up. It's a loop!
This is the beginning! Not only is it a loop, it's a loop to that remaining left we had. So Trails, his options are take the left that was up that elevator, or take the left that's over here. He's gonna backtrack and go left. And if Chroma ends up Aing here and takes the left at the beginning, or loops and then takes the left at the beginning, this could be what he needs to catch up.
So the left at the beginning would just lead to a fairy.
Is that the version of this? You have to forgive me for not remembering any of the 4.0 rooms.
Yeah, that's
my brain is fried looking at a whole bunch of new rooms. Okay, so that's not even a way that can go. So Trails is definitely on the right way then.
Yes, he is. And he's going to go ahead and cast Fairy here to make it through this room, no problem.
Yeah.
Because vertical dots plus the anti-fairy in this room are just death. And he takes a death. He's down to his last life.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful because a game over would 100% even him up with Chroma, if not put Chroma in the lead. And he's going to be... It limits his magic, too. He still hasn't found Thunderbird. He does need to make sure he still has at least enough to be able to cast a Fire Thunder.
Yeah, this is where resource management really comes into play. And we have another split here. And Chroma going to take a death to a bird saying, hello.
No obvious way to go. Both paths in the split go left.
Look at this room.
Just a beautiful room.
Amazing.
And all right, more forks.
Trails goes up, and that leads to Thunderbird.
That's exactly what he needed to see. He's starting to run out low on resources. This Thunderbird takes every one of those forks out. Now he just needs to take down Thunderbird and find Dark Link in the path beyond, which shouldn't be that long.
He is on his last life, so he's got to be kind of careful here. I know Dark Link is no problem for him, but if he takes another hit, he's going to game over. And he takes down Thunderbird.
No problem. Never doubted.
The question now becomes, how many rooms remain until Dark Link is seen?
I'm going to go with 0.
And here it is. The Dark Link fight for Trails. As long as nothing goes awry, Trails is for the taking.
And Chroma's right behind. He did manage to gain a whole bunch of time here in this GP, but it's just not looking like it's going to be enough.
It does not look like it will be, as Trails just has 3 hits remaining to claim the title. And there it is! Get your GGs out for our standard tournament champion, Trails!
Wow, what an incredible tournament run by Trails, and what a heartbreaking race for Chroma. He's gonna find this Dark Link and he's just laughing. It was so close. Again, he was 3+ minutes behind coming into this GP, and he was 1 room behind at the end. Unfortunately, that room is the one that counts.
It's always the one room. And there it is. Get your GGs out for Chroma. Had an amazing run in this tournament, finishing as the runner-up. Amazing play by both of our runners here tonight.
Absolutely wild. The final official time difference, 50 seconds.
Just amazing.
And we have our 2024 standard tournament champion, Trails. Congratulations. Trails is here. Can't hear him. Probably technical issues. We should have him and Chroma in just a second here.
Yeah, it probably won't be long until we have Chroma in here as well. What a race to finish off this tournament.
Back and forth so many times, and a huge effort to catch up from Chroma. Just not quite enough all the way at the end.
Yeah, you're coming through now, Trails.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Cool. Wow, man, what a seed. I guess I really lucked out on getting that magical key. I went counterclockwise and I found Maze Island first and decided to do that, and I saw that it was 3 or 6, and when I jumped in and saw that it was 6, I wasn't really too thrilled about it. But when I found the magical key afterwards, I have to admit that felt really good.
1 second, we'll get Chroma in here.
That
GG's Chroma.
GG's Chroma. That
Hey,
magic key
hey.
that you picked up, Trails, was a massive difference maker.
Yeah, I imagine so, because I had Magic 6 and Fairy was still like 50 something.
58 Chroma. When you saw that hit for the key in 6, were you considering getting it even after finding Barba as quickly as you did?
Briefly. Knowing I found Barba that quickly, knowing that the item was not a required item necessarily.
Oh
Definitely.
my god, you're gonna hate this, Chroma. It was 1 room away from Barba.
Are you serious?
It was
Yeah.
1 room to the left.
When Trails got into P6, Trails basically full cleared P6. So by the time he beat Barba, there was no palace left, and he just got the item room immediately afterward. But yeah, Chroma, you just sort of right-wayed P6 and didn't end up getting the magic key because of it, and man, that made a difference.
Yeah, I can't imagine it made that much. Again, this is one of those, like, I didn't waste a lot of time not being able to cast Fairy. Some, maybe 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, it does limit the amount you can Fire Thunder, was probably the biggest difference.
Oh, that's a good call, actually. That is a factor.
I mean, the other big thing in this seed was Trails. You picked up that glove long before Chroma did.
Ah,
And that's what did it.
yeah.
And I had already beaten 4 out of 6 palaces at that point. I went searched the whole top left, the northwest corner of Eastern Continent, and then when I saw that P4 was just right there out in the open, just below VOD, I was so upset. I felt so behind.
Man,
And
it must have been close. It must have been close.
Did you go into 3 without it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was the one palace that had a block that you couldn't get through the boss with, so not terrible. And I didn't waste a ton of time doing it, but you never know, like I kind of taking the checks as they come and hoping the glove will be the next one.
Yeah, I mean it could have very well been in 3.
And I will say, Chroma, you took my heart in this seed many a time because your link feet were on point, dude.
Oh yeah, I wish I could say it was from like cramming last minute practice stuff. It really wasn't. It just worked today. For the most part, the right side ones are always a little trickier, but I still got a decent percentage of those when I was going for it. So.
You were just on fire with them, and you made that tutorial to help those that actually want to learn link feet. And as somebody who has used it, I gotta say, it's helped out a ton.
Glad to hear it. I'd love to see more of it.
Yeah, I still haven't learned that trick yet. That's a trick I need to learn how to do.
I bet you pick up left side real quick. It's just a question of landing on the right pixel. And if you can do frame taps like you do with Zelda, then it's not an issue.
Yeah, I can do that. I just can't do things like healer glitch. I struggle with healer glitch.
Yeah, I imagine hardware is a factor there.
Yeah, probably.
I gotta say, first time I got healer glitch was like well over like half an hour of attempting to get it even once.
Yeah, I remember I was watching dude do some any percent runs, and I had him on one screen, and I had the emulator open on the other screen, and I did it it was like for 45 minutes or something, and then I finally got it. And then I tried to do it again, and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, dude, I guess this is one of those tricks that I just can't figure out.
No, I don't know if you can do that like reliably. I am super impressed with you. Like at my best, I was getting it maybe 1 out of every 4 to 6 times, and that makes for a lot of resets when you're doing that stuff. I'm kind of glad that's not a part of this.
Yeah.
Oh God, please no.
I could have some fun with that, doing the beta test stuff right now, I think.
Whatchamacallit? The secondary method too, like with the weird sword stab, like there was like a Frosted Pears came out with an alternate healer glitch technique that they claim is better, but it looks cooler. It looks a lot cooler, but it definitely looks more difficult.
Yeah, I'd rather try to time one button input than be holding a button and try to time the arrival. I don't know, that's just me. But
yeah.
Anyway, what was the entrances like into GP?
It was Chroma. You were about 3.5 minutes behind coming into GP,
Okay.
and made a big catch up in GP, and ended up being only like 50 seconds behind at the end. So for taking basically the same route, or at least a very similar route, you gained a lot of time, but it just wasn't quite enough to make up for that double dip value death.
Yeah. That and one or two other things. I guess some of the Palace 6 gamble on the magic key. That's how it goes. But traiLZ is the GOAT. This dude's been around, and this tournament I think longer than anybody else except for Dig Shake.
Yeah, I've been around since like 2017 or something.
Yeah, man, that is veteran status right there. Happy to concede the throne to the likes of traiLZ.
Also, I didn't lose a single round in all of brackets and all of Swiss.
I was going to say that is a crazy feat for these tournaments. Given how difficult some of your opponents were.
I had to race you. I had to race Mirai. Like, it was not difficult. I mean, it was not easy. It was very difficult. It was very difficult.
I mean, I look back at our race week 1 of Swiss, and even that was really close, all things considered.
Yeah.
A lot of close ones. Man, hats off though. It's that right living or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I put down Zelda 2 for a while, and then I just picked it up and started grinding it again. I don't know, it'd been a little while, and then I've been getting smoked a lot on the casual races, but like in the tournament I did pretty good.
Yeah, clutch.
Yeah, I think luck has a huge factor in this game. I mean, because once you get to a certain point, the skill, one might be better than the other, but it's like negligible amounts, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can make up for other players' strengths with your different strengths in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And just lucking into finding things like the magical key. If I didn't find that, you definitely win, because that apparently carried me the whole seed.
And really did.
And if you would have found the glove and then went into 3, like, GG, you know?
Yep.
But oh well, that's how it goes sometimes, you know?
Yep, for sure.
I mean, when you're playing at a level such as this, luck is as much of a factor as your individual skills. And so whoever ends up having the better luck on finding whatever's needed, or even just making the plays in the correct order, usually will end up winning.
Yeah,
I had a difficult time finding any palace on the west. Like, after I got the boots, I was like, where are the palaces? I don't remember seeing any of them. And so I did like the zigzag through, and then finally I went up and found GP. But man, I had a really difficult time, and I tried to do like the Rose City Saint approach as much as possible. Like, I cleared the west, got the raft, went to DM, got the boulder, and I'm like looking around. I'm like half looking around for Hammer Cave, but then like I stumble onto the bridge. I'm guessing you found the east first, or you found
no. This sounds extremely similar to how mine went.
Okay, and then you found maze, did P6.
Yep.
Yeah, the only real difference early was that Chroma did the western palaces and then maze, and you did maze and then west, but it didn't really make a difference. You both hit the east in basically the same amount of time.
Oh, right on. I gotta watch this one back. I bet you it was really exciting, especially.
It was a really good one, back and forth a bunch of times.
Yeah, this was a fantastic show put on by both of you. Just, my hat is off to both of you.
I don't know, my anxiety was off the charts entering GP because I'm like, of course, like you always think you're behind, and most of the time I probably am, but like I don't know, it's crazy. But thank you guys so much for putting on the tournament and doing the commentary and the tracking and stuff, man. Big thanks to ZSR and staff, and thanks Chroma for the race. And man, it's been crazy. This is the first standard tournament I've won. I won a max random tournament back in like 2019 or 2020. I can't remember.
Yeah, Aaron actually put it in chat. There's only 3 people that have won both standard and a max rando. It's Unos, Rose City Saint, and now U-Trails. So
Oh, awesome!
only people to have both titles.
That's
GG,
awesome.
man.
So
That's
definitely,
stuff.
definitely
Thanks,
GG to our runners, Trails, and Chromataclysm. Also want to thank our commentators, Elendar and Sanirath, and JLo behind the scenes tracking. Thank you very much. Of course, this ends our standard tournament, but of course we have the Max Rando tournament coming up, or Random Percent. I don't know which one we're going to call it, because
Doing
all
Max
the fun.
Rando.
It's going to be Max Rando? Okay. Well,
Yeah, look forward to something from TAH shortly.
Yep. I think he just put in the chat that it's coming in the morning. So we'll get started with the next tournament. But other than that, I'm going to actually send you over to the 2023 Max Rando champion, Mirai, who's actually running a non-Zelda game, but we're going to go rate him since he is one of the best in our community, including both Trails and Chromataclysm. But let's go say hi to Mirai and cheer him on. But thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time.